Aaron, I just got your email, and yes, you still have problems with MLA and APA. So I'm taking it from the title here that this is meant to be the MLA. So it looks like an MLA paper at the beginning. You need to delete all this space there. But where it stops being where it starts having APA problems is right here. These are APA citations. They're consistently throughout the paper you've used APA citations. So that's the first thing you'll need to change. In some cases, that could be as simple as just removing this information. However, one thing you do that irritates the snot out of me is that you don't use signal phrases ever. And a signal phrase is when you say, according to Joker Face Michelson, and then you tell us who Joker Face is. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use signal phrases as a sign to your reader that, hey, here's who my source is, this is why they're credible, and now is the time when I'm starting to report from them. So what I need to see in all these places where you've used sources is like here, does it start here? I don't know. Only you can say because you're the one that wrote this paper, but you need a signal phrase right in here that says Major Jackson or whoever this guy is, and tell us who it is. Major Jackson, psychologist, says da 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 da, and then whenever you're done paraphrasing, plop that citation, in-text citation there, and so the signal phrase shows me where you begin to report, and the citation shows me where you end. Now, this is kind of a big difference between MLA and APA. MLA asks that you use both of these things in combination whenever you can so that I can see which section of the paragraph contains the source material. In APA, they play it somewhat fast and loose. They almost, like the way you've done it here might suffice for APA. But for MLA, it just doesn't. Now, we have 3 MLA papers, and it was my hope that at the end of this semester, with the argument paper being the third, that you could demonstrate you're sort of adopting this MLA style, which is going to serve you well when you're writing in a course in the humanities. So that's what I need to see. I need to see you doing more, making more effort with signal phrases, not just dropping in a citation here and there, which is more the APA style. So use the two in combination, okay? But here's the next problem. All of these references are in a style that looks more like APA than it looks like MLA. But even if it were APA, it's missing information. So you got the author in the right place, and you got the year, that's good. And you actually have most of what's needed, but you've got the capitalization of the article title wrong. They use something called sentence caps where you only capitalize the first letter. And you need to be italicizing all of these homepage titles, okay? Now, lastly, each of these is missing a URL, and APA citations do ask for URLs just as MLA does. Delete all these spaces between things, and you need to have a hanging indent, and you need to alphabetize your sources. So, by the way, everything I just said to you, that is to correct your APA references. To make these MLA, you'd probably have to go back to your source, to the sources where you got these things, and you'll have to do small things like give the rest of this person's name. Then you move the year. You don't need that there, of course. And now you need to have an article title in quotes. Italicized homepage title is fine. Since it's Forbes, it means you probably have a published date, so that would go here. And then you need the URL here. And then that would be more in the MLA style. So look, I know I just went through a lot of stuff, but really that's not going to be as helpful as you just spending a little bit of time with your guidelines. Now, if you were to go to your textbook and look at documentation, where this number 52 through 54 is what you're looking for. If you look at documentation, now I wish what they've done is kind of lined up citations of website articles instead of a book title, but this can kind of show you at a glance how this is different. As you can see, MLA is just a last name and a number, and if you had no page number, then it would just be a last name. However, in APA, it's 3 pieces of information: name, year, page number. Now, the references list, well, I want to show you very quickly how the website articles differ. So I'm going to back that up just a bit. We'll look at MLA style. I'm going to just look for work on a website. Yes, that's the one I want, number 31 on MLA, and as you can see, it's last name, full first name, article title in quotes, website title in italics, published date goes here in that specific style of day, month, year, URL goes here. If you had no published date, access date would go here, as you see right there. So this is the one you're looking for, work on a website. Let's go back. Let's go back to APA. We're going to look at work on a website there. Let's just do article on a website. There we go. No, that didn't take me right there, but we'll just take a look right here. As you can see in APA, I've got a last name, comma, I've got initials instead of a first name. The year would go next, and if it was published in a more regular basis, you'd give the full date of its publication there. And then an article title using sentence caps. You know, typically you don't italicize the article title, but I'm not going to fly into a rage if you do italicize this one. But in general, you italicize the second title, which would be the title of the website, not the article. So it's article title first, website title second, and then the URL comes next. And then APA is a little bit more simple. You're done at that point. So just make sure everything's consistent, because right now what you got is kind of like a mix match of or a mishmash of MLA and APA. The overall look of the paper looks like an MLA paper, but your references list and your in-text citations are in APA, which is a problem. And not only that, but your APA citations are missing information, the URL specifically. This is the best way I knew how to field your question. But you know, I want to take it back to your paper that you submitted. This one is this one. Anyway, you can see after having just looked at both, having just looked at the MLA model for a work on a website, you can see how this is not that. And I just don't know what you were doing here. But you got to get those guidelines out, and to that end, Aaron, I would say the way I always do it, and even to this day, is I take it down to the model paper and I just really scrutinize the heck out of it. I look and see, okay, well, that's where the title goes. It appears to be in bold. I have a line. I have my name, Wayne Community College, the class, teacher's name, date, etc., etc. I just look. I want to look at how they give in-text documentation in APA and in the various ways. But anyway, spend some time with with both chapters. Spend some time with both model papers, and just do the best you can, particularly on the revision of the MLA paper. And that's the one where I said, please be more forthcoming with signal phrases. And that would, for me, should be one of your main takeaways here.